I had picked up a camera, but then I was like, wait, I don't have a background. And then you just see like messy room that I'm in. I'm like, this is better. So I just grabbed a laptop.
Yeah.
That's why this is black today.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You're in the void right now.
I was gonna ask. I was like, I like your garage, but I can't see it.
You don't want to see it. It's just the boiler behind.
Oh man, that would be cool though. It's like it adds like some like steampunk vibes.
It's
cool.
authentic.
I dig that.
Industrial.
Not that type of boiler. It's just a white box on the wall.
Oh, but you could paint it to make it look cooler.
Yeah,
a little
painted
case.
the rust color.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd be cool. Just get some like spray paint.
Just
and
glue some.
What are you doing? You're like, it's for the video.
glue some gears on it and some extra pipes that aren't necessary, and you're
exactly.
You'd have,
it's all about unnecessary.
You'd have steam coming out of somewhere. Just
bit of dry ice.
Yeah. I think my next video I'm gonna do like a steampunk vibe thing. I just released one for Twinkies because I just had nothing else, no other idea. I'm like steampunk, perfect.
Sometimes the background detail can be a bit stylish. I tried to get a bit more of the library in my last video, but I was worried about like people like over-analyzing book choices or something. But people did see
I was looking at the books.
I've got a calendar there from Kurzgesagt. Do you know?
Nice.
Yeah. So I picked that one up. It's a really cool calendar. Someone was actually annoyed. I noticed all they said that's too good to have sitting sideways in a bookshelf. Yeah, they're probably right, but I don't have much space.
You do have so many books. You've got some really interesting ones on like maybe Greek mythology, like closer up there.
Let's see. There's one on the mayor, and there's a bunch on other like South American and African stuff.
Well, there's your next YouTube video sorted. What does Curtis read?
Yeah. Sci-fi books, 3D artist collection with all my lanyards and stuff, and yeah, interesting.
I have like 2 huge bookshelves filled with stuff.
Yeah.
I started merging things. I had 3 years worth of 3D artist magazines, and when they started digital, just got rid of them. Saves so much space.
Yeah,
I got a few good ones still in the toilet, so you can keep reading them. But other than that, they're gone.
I have so many of those in my office at work, and every now and then I'm just like, that's such a mess. I gotta get rid of this stuff.
Yeah, they just keep coming.
And then like,
I miss when they used to be like the CD. They would send the assets on CDs. So I like harvested all of the textures the other day from all these old magazines.
Oh, that's cool. Were they like decent res?
They were okay actually, like 2 and 4K. It's fine.
Nice
background stuff.
This is the latest one because 3D Artists merged into 3D World, not sponsored or anything. But they figured that since they had 2 magazines about 3D stuff, what was the point of having different ones? But they're still going. So it's surprising.
How much do you pick those up for in the UK?
Not that much actually, but I can't remember because I've got it on a subscription. I mean, I've had that subscription going for years now, so I don't really pay attention. They're squeezing money.
It's like almost $20 now in the US because it's coming from the UK.
Per issue?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It started getting pretty expensive for me. Shipping down to Australia.
I don't remember how much.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And then you would lose them, and then
it's horrible.
So, what is everyone's favorite source of like information, education, written material wise? I guess that's
written
question
specifically for written material.
Yeah, it could be either print or like blogs or article type.
CG only, or just anything?
Let's start with CG and then we'll go anything.
I feel really dumb for saying this, but like I'll read documentation. I'll just like go on people's GitHubs and read the readmes like top to bottom. I feel like that's a really solid way to learn about laughing like I'm evil.
I was going to say the manual.
Yes.
I mean, RTFM gets you a long, long way.
Yeah, I mean, reading all of like the readmes and stuff isn't usual, but you're right. It is a brilliant way to get to grips with stuff. But
it really is.
I did have someone on my server who asked me, "Hey, do you know any good books for like learning 3D?" And I said to them, "Well, not really, I mean, there's like reference books and stuff, if you want to do anatomy and whatever, and I've got a couple of them. But if you want to learn 3D, the best stuff you can find is online. But as I say, it really depends on the field. Like with programming, like on the other side of that, which is sort of related, I learned almost everything from books, and I've got like a massive shelf of reference books up there, and that stuff's available online as well. But something about having it in a physical format just feels nicer and a bit more academic. You can sit it down there and just focus, So I guess it depends on the actual subject.
Yeah, I would say like the art and science of digital compositing, or the illusion of life from Disney if you're an animator, or the Renderman Companion if you want to learn about render engines. Those 3 books are probably really, really good. Other than that, yeah, print for 3D. It's like what Curtis said. Really, the best stuff is online.
Yeah, it depends a lot on the turnover of the program as well. So Blender's changed so much in the last 3 years. Whereas how to animate, yes, I won't say nothing's changed in the last 3 years, but if you've got the Disney book that you just mentioned that I've forgotten the name of, but yeah, any of those type of books, they're more evergreen. They last a long time, and the same with programming. Obviously, things like Python, they've switched from Python. If you've got a load of 2.87, I think they got to, but whatever, it's now all gone to version 3. But that will now be the same for probably the next decade or so.
Yeah.
They'll introduce new things, but the fundamentals remain the same. Whereas, something from 2.7 as simple as left click, right click, that all of that documentation will now be wrong.
Yeah.
Yep. So I've just brought a couple of books down. There was one good art book that someone recommended to me from another server, which was this one, Color and Light. It's
James Gurney.
Yeah. Now it's mostly focused for realist painters, but the actual concepts and theory in it are amazing and really applicable to pretty much any kind of visual artwork. So
I think that should be on everybody's essential reading.
Yeah,
if you're a visual artist,
it just goes into so much detail about like different types of color theory and everything. So that's a really good one. Color and Light. And
Color and Light.
Does he have a YouTube channel? That author?
He does like gouache paintings on it. Yeah, James Gurney.
I think I've seen that.
And then I have another book here for Python. But the thing is about programming books is they're thick.
Oh, God.
Very thick.
Oh my gosh.
But they have a lot of information in them.
Oh my God.
It could be a weapon.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So
if I want to learn Python, I'll just watch this video by Curtis Holt.
Yeah, that dude made a video. It's pretty awesome.
C# as well. It's still thick, but not as thick. But I don't know. As I say, there's just something nice about having a thick book about it that you can refer to.
That's the thing with those
reference
reference
books. Feeling
books.
it's more likely to encourage you to do things as well.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's physical. So if you've got like a bookmark when you're going through it, you can visually see your progress every time. Yeah, there we go. Visually see your progress as you go through. On the drawing side and stuff, you've just mentioned this one, I think, The Illusion of Life.
Yeah,
that's a
great book.
Great book. It's very heavy though. I'm not going to put it on.
It's very heavy. It's on the bottom of my bookshelf for that reason.
Weights the thing down. You don't need to screw it to the wall. And Drawn to Life. I thought this was incredibly good as well. I don't know if that's going to show up on the camera. But yeah,
Drawn to Life is very good too.
Yeah.
And in that vein, Richard, who's that? Oh man, I can't remember his name now. Oh my God, this is horrible. He just passed away recently, but he had a book. It slips my mind right now. Harris. Oh man, it'll come to me again. But it's one of the best books on animation too. It's really, really good. And he recently passed away.
The Animator's Bible or something.
Yeah, maybe it was the Animator's Bible, the Animation Bible. It was phenomenal. It's in my other room. If I would grab it and know exactly what it was and show everybody if I were there.
I do.
But yeah, it's really, really
I do
good.
also recommend to people that they pick up a few art books from like massive projects like video games and films and stuff, because they do show a fair amount of behind the scenes stuff. My favorite art book out of any video game is the Fallout 4 one, because it's chunky. and they've got
That's chunky.
they've got a lot of work in progress stuff and concept design, so you can really see how they like broke things down and went through different iterations. It's like lots of storyboards.
They break it down like the process of like building it up, all the minor details. Because I need a book like that. I've been studying composition a lot.
So they'll show you a lot of the different iterations that they went through, and then there's also for the 3D stuff they show you like the preview clay renders of characters, like the super high poly ones that you never get to see, and it's really interesting seeing how much detail they go into there.
And it's called what? I might write that down.
The Art of Fallout
same.
4. This one.
I was going to say with things like the art books, especially the Art of Fallout 4 and other ones like that, it shows something that a lot of people I don't think grasp when they're beginners, is the fact that there are these stages of multiple iteration. You never get to that end point. And it can what we can show in our videos wherever we're creating it, unless we're doing a 30-40 hour video, you'll never see the progress in real time. You know,
Yeah.
it's more like, here's the basic tools that you can use to do it, and if you now spend the next 3 days working on it, you'll get to something like this.
Yeah. So there's a page in here where they show about the designs for a certain type of uniform, and then they eventually settled on one or two, but you can see like how many different versions they went through.
Oh my god.
And that's just the ones they printed.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
They've even thrown a Where's Wally version in there as well, just for a laugh.
Exactly.
But yeah, really cool. So I've got a massive collection.
That's cool.
If you're interested
Wow.
in like illustration and how to get your storytelling through in an illustration, have a look at Kim Young-gi's books as well. His pen work is incredible. Probably the best living artist of our time. But yeah, Kim Young-gi's art books, incredible.
That's awesome. Young-gi.
Another good one is Blade
And
Runner.
Oh,
What is that one?
sweet.
Blade Runner 2049. Massive book.
Oh yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, that art direction in there, Ridley Scott, and his cinematography is just phenomenal.
Yeah, it really is.
He's really good.
I was just gonna say, to throw my recommendation in the
No, go on,
mix for
Jacob.
anyone with who wants to become better at filmmaking and cinematography, I would highly recommend this book, Video Camcorder School.
Oh,
I have
None
that
better.
one actually. I actually have that book.
No
It's
way.
actually on my shelf. I do. I'm not kidding. I think I picked it up in a bargain bin somewhere. But it actually was. It did have some good stuff in there. I was surprised. I picked it up for like $3, and I was like, "What? This is actually pretty good."
When was it published?
Yeah,
It's pretty.
There you go. There you go. That's the technique right there.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, it goes to show you some of the fundamentals really don't change over time. Physics hasn't changed since light was invented, so cameras work the same as they always have done.
So
that is true.
Speaking about filmmaking and also photography and stuff, my dad passed this book down to me. It's from 1978, and it's a step-by-step guide to photography. He says he remembers like obsessively reading this before he even got into TV and film properly.
Wow.
And apparently it's got lots of technical information and like really old examples of how cameras work physically. So it's a lot of text as well.
That's awesome. Understanding cameras is so important to get the look you want, because the digital stuff just emulates real cameras anyway to a greater or lesser extent.
Yeah, exactly.
So like understanding like the triangle of exposure and things like that is just, it's so important if you want to get a good look. Like you can just be like, if you just want to model stuff and put models out there, that's one thing. But if you want to like any storytelling or any rendering or anything, man, understanding a camera is crucial.
It's got like all these really classically drawn diagrams as well. Like nothing too over rendered, just like all hand done. Pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
That's sweet.
It's like learn the Nikon F5. That was the Warhammer for years. But even understanding bloom and understanding like, you know, silver halide crystals and how, you know, light bleed and all that stuff in regular photography and how it translates to a sensor. It's important to know if you want to go in that direction.
Yeah. So this has been an interesting recommendation session.
Oh yeah,
Like a show and tell of our
I took
book
some notes.
collection.
I'm gonna buy some of them.
Sweet.
awesome, good.
Same.
So you guys
can never have
mentioned,
too much reference material. It's brilliant.
Mm.
you were mentioning Ridley Scott before, and so 10 years ago, on the 25th of July, there was a day in the life. Was a video that he sort of organized. Basically, everybody around the world is invited to record their day
Oh yeah.
and submit it to this film project. And YouTube put it out, and you can watch it on YouTube. It's an hour and a half. It's really, really compelling. I definitely recommend it. But this year, 10 years since the first one, on the 25th of July, record your day and submit it because they're doing another one. So it's really interesting,
sweet.
actually. It's
Nice.
dayinalife.youtube is the website.
You should have gotten an email about it as well.
Yeah, I got an email about it too.
What is it? What is the first one about, or like what? Yeah, what is it like?
Oh, thanks.
It's just people's days. So it's like everybody is just kind of showing their own experience and talking about their own experience, which is really interesting because you've got people like, I don't know, like a single dad in Japan and his experience with his son, like waking up in the morning. And then there's another one where it's like some guy who's been cycling for 9 years. And it's just like a snapshot of these people's lives, like people in hospital. I think it's going to be so interesting this year because obviously the world is so different and so different to normal as well. So definitely a good one.
Are any of us interesting enough to get put in?
just like a video of sat in your room all day.
Absolutely.
Recording.
Right.
I could just send in a photo because that's what I do all day. Just say
Yeah, pretty much. Like, this is what I do.
A single thing.
An hour
Still photo.
an hour of footage of like missaying sentences. So today we're going to be looking at today we're going to be you know.
I think it's
Pretty
like
much.
Groundhog Day for all of us now. It's just like the same day over and over and over again, like with slight variations.
Yep.